Good guys, welcome back to another episode of Ginger News. So SUPERDRY tells co-founder Julian Dunkerton he's not welcome back. Bosses at fashion chain SUPERDRY have told co-founder Julian Dunkerton that he's not wanted back at the firm. The company is holding a shareholder meeting at the start of next month to decide whether to grant Mr. Dunkerton's request to return as a director. But SUPERDRY said such a move would be extremely damaging. Mr. Dunkerton left the firm last year and has been critical of the firm's strategy since then. He wants the firm to focus on selling hoodies and coats. We also dispute the firm's claim that he oversaw the autumn-winter collection, which did not sell well. Mr. Dunkerton says he was cut off of the design process for many months before he left. SUPERDRY founder seeks return to the fold. SUPERDRY hit by slow coat and hoodie sale. SUPERDRY became popular with teenagers by providing sweatshirts and other casual wear with a Japanese-style branding. I'll be honest, when I was in school at one point, nobody really had the jumpers. Everyone had the waterproof SUPERDRY jackets, the black ones that had like 5 or 6 zips on them because they were good for the colder winters, but it seemed to be just a phase when I was in school. I seemed like for about a year or so, a lot of people were wearing them, and then they just kind of phased out like Paul's Boutiques. Mr. Dunkerton's favourite sticking with SUPERDRY's trademark hoodie and jacket, but fashion watchers say this market is not saturated. Mr. Dunkerton told the BBC late last year he was offering to return to SUPERDRY in any capacity to correct what he described as a failing strategy. He argued that the policy of putting new products in its store more frequently was not working. Mr. Dunkerton co-founded the fashion chain in 2003 and is still SUPERDRY's largest shareholder with a 18.4% stake. So that seems that their shareholders don't really seem to hold too much. He founded the firm with James Holder, who resigned from the business in 2016 and who has a 9.7% stake in the company. The company's current management, which is being led by Chief Executive Yuan Sutherland, has been in dispute with Mr. Dunkerton for months over strategy. SUPERDRY said in its statement, the board unanimous beliefs that Mr. Dunkerton's return to the company in any capacity would be extremely damaging to the company and its prospects. It said that Mr. Dunkerton's strategy would reintroduce a leadership style that does not fit within the open-minded collaborative culture, values and operations of the company. In December, it issued a profit warning saying it would make between 55 million and 70 million this year, well down on the 84 million the market was expected. Last week, SUPERDRY said it would cut up to 200 jobs at its head office as part of a 50 million cutting cost plan. Its shares have lost more than 70% over the past years. In all honesty, I do put it down to their designers. I did used to be a tailor, and I'll be honest, SUPERDRY, the designs look shit, to be honest. The new designs for SUPERDRY are just really boring. They're just going with like the plain text designs. They're not doing anything new or innovative or anything different on breaking the mold in a sense. So I think they just need to hire a new like board of directors and board of designers to just change everything up and maybe use like cheaper materials or bring your prices down. That might, increase sales. The problem is with SUPERDRY is they're not a high-end luxury brand, but they still charge like a stupid price for like a coat, if you know what I mean. If they lowered their price, then they probably would get more sales. Obviously, they would have to sell more units to essentially still make the same money. But this way, they could make more sales. Or if maybe they changed their designers and had a new look, this might draw people back in. I'll be honest, the only people I know who really wear SUPERDRY are like country dog walkers and kids. I don't know anyone else who wears SUPERDRY at all. I think I had one item of SUPERDRY in my life. I gave it to my brother because after buying it, I just didn't want to be one of them hipsters who just had a jacket because everyone else had it. And yeah, the quality of it wasn't exactly the best. But my brother appreciates it, so, each to their own. But in all honesty, I'm not surprised that this is happening because there's been a big fashion change and SUPERDRY is not on the top of the food chain. They never have been, to be honest with you. A few years ago, obviously, that was like their popularity peak, but now they just seem to be losing money each and every year. But anyways, let me know what you think about this. Thank you once again for watching another episode of GMG News. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. Like this video if you think it deserves a like. Share it with your friends if you want other people to see this. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if there's anything you want me to do in the next episode of GMG News, and I'll be happy to oblige. And I hope you have all enjoyed watching another episode of GMG News. And I will see you all soon.